We continue with the Spider of Lanka DLC for the Golden Idol. On to the next case today, in the web of the spider. Okay, we've got the Spy Master from last time, right? And some people doing something to a guy with a mask. Thought you could fool me, Spider. I have captured you, and now you will answer for the death of the princess. Okay, now we're getting into this whole... The Spider of Lanka. Who's the spider? He's got some plan. The ambush of the spider, okay. Jemadar, Elara's son, and Ifa Vildar, Lanja, Sina will hide in the boats and guard the second entrance. There's front door, hatch. I assume this is people hiding places. I will approach the front door with Jemadar, Elara, Sina, and Havildar Kerufi Bandara. I apologize for the way I pronounced all of those words, because that's a lot. Master Putra Sadhya, that was his name. I already shared my suspicion about the disaster at the rebirth ritual. Okay, so this is referencing the previous case of the princess being killed after being chosen as the one who should be the next one. He is one of the shareholders of Titania printing house. Yeah, that was the printing house that made the notes with the instructions. But my honor does not allow me to reveal his name. However, he goes by the name of Spider, and I plan to meet him at the printing house on November 22nd. Let me settle my private matter with him first, and then he's all yours. Okay, so they're basically trying to figure out who was responsible for sabotaging the ritual, right? Because it was clear by the end that they didn't care about which of the two candidates died, right? They just wanted to cause chaos because they're trying to get this land, and the Lemurians, like they're trying to destabilize the region so that they can get more influence instead of who traditionally has influence over the place. There's some cards here. Master Putra-san. These are all 5 shareholders at Titania Printing House. All of them are affiliated with the Seven Seas Company. Have a good hand. I hope you will arrest the bastard. Master of Archive and Library, Siva Ujawate. Okay, so we have Albert Cloudsley from Blackfield, Albion, 34, height, whatever. Married, 3 children, sent by the Seven Seas Company head office to help establish new trading posts in Lanka. Dangerous and very arrogant. Cannot be bothered to learn the basic of common Lemurian to improve his situation here. Well, we're thinking Albert Cloudsley probably didn't... It wasn't probably him, because he ends up surviving long enough to kill Oberon Geller and bring the Golden Idol back to England for it to then end up in the family of the Cloudsleys somehow. Although he could die here and his possessions get sent back, but that's what I'm taking from the situation. Narcissus Montalaban, place of birth unknown, claims to be 1,000. Girl. In his own words, married to alchemy, natural philosopher, alchemist and astrologer, banished from the Society of Hermetics fought for revealing their secrets, claims to be able to switch someone's life off. Several philosophers who had contacts with him died from unexplained causes, very dangerous. Okay, well, he likes killing people, but he seems to like doing a bit more of a, I'm just gonna do it quietly instead of making a big spectacle. Okay, we don't have we have 3 people to name, but obviously the people on the cards, that will be too easy. Then we have some sort of weird symbols that we have to name. So people's identities are connected to some sort of insects. And then we have lots of text to fill in where they're kind of, to hide their identities, they're using like spider and some other things. So we'll see how that goes. And we need to find so many more clues. 40 clues in total. Claude d'Avreux, place of birth, place of birth, Chateau d'Avreux, Aquitaine, France, 38. With the World Waves were Duchess and Countess. Okay, so he had 2 previous wives. That sounds suspicious. Aquitaine Marquis, despite his stature, he is a master swordsman. Has killed at least 7 people in duels and was subsequently banished from Aquitania. Wears expensive clothing, afraid of heights, may attack without provocation, extremely dangerous. Well, again, but he seems to kill people with duels, not weird betrayals. Oberon Geller was born on a ship, relentless Harpia. Unmarried, has concealed for at least 5 years that he has a Lankan mistress. Surgeon, hypnotherapist, probably an agent of the Seven Seas Company, has connections to the underworld, and is well respected among pirates for providing medical services to their people. Curious about Lanka and Lemurian culture, a charming charlatan who avoids damaging his own reputation. Somewhat dangerous, yes. He seems more like a person who would be, dealing with kind of secret plans and setting up situations to his own benefit. And Ruben Hendricks, he ends up being in the card place, right? Yes, he's the guy that just ends up sleeping in a corner and missing the whole ruckus. Place of birth, Underbird Slums, Albion. Okay, that's the town that the Seven Seas Company was also had an office in. He's unmarried. A shipwright and former captain of the pirate ship Babbage Raccoon has a wooden leg, pretends to be drunk and quiet when it benefits him. Steals and has instigated riots, made a fortune on Pajak, which makes me wonder if he has cards in his wooden leg. Somewhat dangerous. That's all about those people. And then we have a few more people here. That's the Blade Master, right? Ha! You thought that the disguise would have saved you. No luck for you, Spider. Yeah, it was a blade. Tonight during the operation, we'll practice an old Lankan code. Imagine what number the picture represents. In the sentence, count to the word matching that number. So, follow your orders, trust no one except me. More secret codes. We've got this guy. At gunpoint, insolence, blasphemy. I assume it might be like someone in the company set up someone else to be the Spider, but that was really them because like the mask appears to be like locked onto them and they're shouting things like that. So suspicious immediately. It's hard to understand him, Master. The mask is muffling his voice. We have to get it off to properly interrogate him. And he's got a club. He appears not to be our Master. We just searched him. Yes. Even more towards this is not the person they're really looking for. It's someone who's been set up. Okay, so we have this house where they were going to capture the Spider. Oh, we have got some letter. Oh, there we go, the green ink, right? So it's whoever was writing those notes to people in last one for the instructions. Youngster, artifact Lemurians in the book. These old Lemurians are impenetrable. My spies report that the young Lemurian Birikera has arrived in the city. He is son of the Lemurian prince Tupekera. He probably does not know much about their old culture, but apparently has amazing Pajak skills. Artifact. More and more evidence has led me to believe that the Lankan legend about the Fountain of Youth on a secret island and the rumors about the forbidden golden idol refer to the same thing. Yes, we know that the golden idol can make you younger as long as you're willing to make someone else old dead. The Lemurians are extremely skeptical about their technological past. The topic is completely taboo in their society, which could be related to the downfall of their empire. They are reluctant to reveal the locations of their ancient technologies, but maybe in the future I can acquire some leverage. And the Lemurians, they have forced my hand with their conservative stubbornness. I will not let this old mythic sabotage the Seven Seas Company needs. It is time to invest in some creative research and see if I can find more about their secretive rituals and what makes them tick. But a peculiar principle, life for life. If you do something good or bad to Lemurian, he is obliged to return the same amount back. Is it really that black and white, or is there some diplomatic leeway? Yes, that further leads to this whole, they staged it to, cause some upset, and then that would mean if they kill one of the Raja's children, then they have to kill one of the Lemurian children, which further makes the whole situation between the Lankan and the Lemurians a problem. Okay, there's a key here for a triangle thing, and yes, this mask is a triangle lock. So yeah, whoever was here, they had the key to the mask. I am ready to settle my debt to you. I'll arrive on Friday at the same time you specified. Please be alone. And they have a red note. Common Guards, Cats, and Master Strike with Longsword by Paul Weber. Will of the Demon by Isidore Dux. When Crabs Attack by Jan Visser. Proof of Life After Death by Mahesh. Lemurian Legends by John Swinley. Seven Leaves, poetry by Samantha Afray. Master of Library. Okay, yes, because it's the same guy that was giving the notes about the printing company. We are commissioning prints of these titles. Educational pictures for Little Putra by Spider. Okay, little comic books. So this is the things from the Pajak, so I'm not sure the important base. The spider is giving the butterfly some drink, and the butterfly says, "Magic hat." Then the beetle, I don't know what this is a puppet of the spider and does something, takes out something from the magic hat. And the different butterfly, like the old butterfly with a beard, is like, "I have a magic wand," and there's a beetle with a pink crown. I don't know what's going on. The old butterfly gives a gift to the spider, and the beetles are in the bushes. And then somehow the spider steals the wings from the old butterfly. Maybe, I don't know, with the help of the beetle or not, I don't know. Something weird is going on. I assume it actually has relevance to the story, but it is very cryptic because, yeah, the pictures are being reused, so I assume, yes, there is meaning to those pictures. Okay, so moon, so like 8 p.m. It's high tide, but 8 a.m. where the sun is there, it's low tide. Like that's what we're using this for. So it goes between 1 and 12. Is there some measuring stick outside? I mean, it might just be the fact that it's low tide now. Not sure, but it's not daylight, so that's weird. Not sure yet. I'm sure it'll be useful for something. Okay, but we have 40 clues now, but I haven't even clicked on all the things. I haven't even been told the locations. Okay, so this is where the mask is missing, yeah. We have Palace Guard, Special Guard. Okay, so this is the Halivar, Jemadar, Subadar. Okay, so that's like their ranks within that thing. So yeah, Royal Army, Royal Navy. So we can go upstairs. So it's like a whole map here. So we were here. There's still something outside. Okay, so the PTH, Titania Printing House. Someone's dead here. The man is not breathing. He's got an axe in his head. Tonight during the operation we'll practice an old Lanka code. Imagine what number the picture represents. In the sentence count the word matching that number. True guard must always ready to learn. Guard never curses in front of the commoners. Door of diligence is the wrong. Okay, so I didn't do the other one, but it's like if this is 2, so guard, 5, front, and 1 door. So this one says guard front door. If we go back to the other one, which one had it in? So 1, follow, and then 5, so follow me. They're getting the orders through that code. So this guy who's being told follow me, he's in the Palace Guard, and those 2 guys are in the Navy. The guy out here, he's also Palace Guard with this kind of beige uniform, and they're riding little scooters. Like how they get around in here. Okay, what else is here? There's this place. There's a scooter, a fake beard, a large cloak with dots, and a scooter. Okay, so like someone drove the scooter here and robed and bearded. 30 there. Basket maximum load for faces. Okay, there was stuff about how much people weighed. So that I was like, I'm not gonna read that. What does it mean? But apparently that might be important. Because yeah, if it's like someone came here and ran through with their, like, they're not wearing any shoes. But like we're basically saying one vase weighs 30 seir, which means the basket maximum load is 4 vases, so 4 times 30 is 120. There's a 120 limitation on the basket, so whoever wrote the basket has to be 120 or less, which on the notes that he had, right? So Albert Cloudsy is 90, he could have gone in the basket. This guy is 200, so he's too heavy to go in the basket by like a reasonable margin where probably the thing would have failed. This guy, yeah, 95, yeah, 80s. Okay, so it just means this Narcissus guy, he didn't go in the basket. It might be helpful, but we'll see. There's also something here. Okay, it tells us this tells us the tide. So the water is at 7 now, so we're in between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. Basically almost slap bang in the middle. And yes, whoever's been walking here, they go to those boats here. Interestingly, yes, a lot of the things here, there weren't any clues. They were just things for us to look at to get a picture of what happened, but not to collect anything. So yeah, we have to identify those people. Who's the spider? Who's the person forced to wear the mask. Who's this person specifically in front? He had a note, right? Yeah, so I will approach the front door with Jemadar and Halidar. So I assume the dot with the umbrella is this spy master. So we have to decide whichever of those one. So if we go to here, he's wearing a plain hat, which makes him the Halvadar. And so the Halvadar is Kirti Bandara. So we can name him as Kirti. But that's the Halvadar in the palace guard specifically. But it looks like they always have a plain hat in all of the forces. What else can we work out here? I mean, another thing that was supplied about them is their height, but obviously it's in some units that I'm not sure of. We know that Albrecht Klose is shorter than this guy, and this guy's pretty short. I'm not sure if this helps with anything. The only thing would be that, oh, he's standing on the boat with those other guys and he has to bend down, but then who knows? That might be just for illustration purposes rather than the height. But yeah, what we have to work out is like the spider created a situation where he something, someone. He something, someone, something. Therefore, someone, verb, the secret of the something something to the something. To help the 70s company, the spider verb, the something of the something something at the Raja's court, but someone settled it when he something, the something of the something something to Raja. Because the spider had verbed someone something, someone verbed the something of the something something to him at the Titania press. However, prior to that, someone had tipped off someone about the something of the something. Someone had planned to verb someone after the meeting at Titania press, but someone had warned someone with the encoded message, so he forced someone to verb something and wear something. Someone was cut as he left through the something, meanwhile someone left through the something, then killed someone. Okay, so this at least seems to be to do with what's happening right now. Like, I think those things are to do with previous events and scenes, but this is what's happening right now, so right? So someone was warned, oh, with an encoded message, we probably have to figure out what's encoded. Yeah, so he forced someone to wear the mask, right? Wear something, yeah. So he forced someone to something switch clothing and wear a mask. Switch clothing and wear a mask. So that person was caught and as he left through the hatch. Yeah, so we're basically saying two people were in here. One of them is the spider. He gets told, oh, they're coming to arrest you. So he tells the other person, we have to swap clothes and I'm gonna make you wear this mask. And you go through the hatch and this person gets arrested and they're saying like, oh, you know, we caught the spider, but we didn't because the spider's actually out the other door. So yeah, meanwhile, whoever is the spider left through the door, right, the front door, killed this guy. Kiriti, Bandara, and escaped, right? That's what's happening there. When we look here, they killed this guy, then they ran through here on one of the scooters, because there's 4 scooters here, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, right, that came. So he takes one of the scooters, then he drops whatever clothes he got, and he has a fake beard, and then uses the basket to write down and then runs through here and uses those boats. It makes sense to me. I just don't know who this is. Now, what we learned in here is that about the fact that, you know, the golden idol, right? They're looking for the fountain of youth, but they learn it's the golden idol, which is basically the same thing, right? So I think the something and something, but you know, the secret of the, like, something to do with the golden idol. So he's giving him wine and he says magic thing, which means that the magic heart is the golden idol. That would imply this butterfly is someone from like the Lemurian or Lankans, right? Probably the Lemurians. Oh, and this is like referencing the Pajak, so it might be that this is like when in the first case we get Oberon Geller, right? Him and his crew, like there's the big thing where people died, but they end up saving the Zubiri Kera from being killed, right? Which turns out I think they knew that Zubiri was from the Lemurian family, so they may have staged that situation. Yeah, so the Spider got the situation where he saved Zubiri Kera. Zubiri Kera's life. Oops. Therefore, Zubiri Kera revealed the secret of the golden idol to the spider, right? Again, they're doing that thing where they're switching between using the title for something instead of the name, so it's not immediately obvious. No? Okay, well, 2 or fewer means could be one of the things, or 2 things could be a name. Well, the other person that would know about the idol specifically is Zubiri's father, Yupik. No, that made it worse. Okay, so Zubiri was correct in this situation, which means that's probably all correct here. It's just what he revealed, the secret of the something to the something. Could be the ritual, right? Because then they use that for further their plans. So we have, it was called like rebirth rituals, the secret of the rebirth ritual. Okay, so it's not about the idol yet. This is about the ritual that then happens in the second case, which then they use that knowledge to sabotage the relationships between the Raja and the Lemurians. Yeah, to help the 70s company, the spider something, the spider verb, the something of the... This is a verb. Because this feels like they sabotage the ritual, right? That's what it's about. Like, they sabotage the... But it can't be sabotaged. Oh, I guess we have a sabotage as a noun. So the spider instigated the sabotage. So because the spider wasn't present, we know the spider wasn't there because he writes in green ink. He wrote a note to Albert Clausy to prepare everything, but also wrote the note to say, I'm not gonna be there. So we know the spider is not Albert Cloudsley as well. So that removes 2 people, because one is too heavy to go in the basket and the other wasn't present at the sabotage. So yeah, to have the census company, Spider instigated the sabotage of the rebirth rituals at the Raja's court. But then, yes, then Yupik Kera, he settled it, right? Because he told Raja some secret when he revealed the location of the golden idol. Yes. I don't think that was implied anywhere, but I guess that's what the whole thing here is about. Okay, so that would mean this beetle with the green crown, it represents Albert Clausy because he's here bringing the poison something, which means, yes, the old butterfly with the magic wand is probably Yupik then? Because he like knows about the golden idol. So can we make him Yupik? And therefore, would the young butterfly be Zubiri? No. Okay, well, I think the old butterfly can be Yupik. And this young butterfly is Zubiri. And the old butterfly is the Raja. But I don't think... Okay, yeah, we don't have the name for the Raja, so I think I'm just wrong about the young butterfly. But this might be fine. Well, I guess that weirdly, typically doing the smaller things is what we do first, because that lets us like build the information. But here it feels like until we solve this, we're not gonna really understand what this is supposed to mean. Because the spider had something verb to him. However, prior to that... Okay, well, it says he was warned with encoded message. So what's the encoded message? Oh, okay, so I'm not sure if I read this, but Yes, Friday, November 22nd. Meeting with the nephew of the bookworm. Pick up the pistol from the repairman. Buy supplies for the boat trip. Meeting with the double widower. Rehearse the escape plan. Meeting with the money bag. Meeting with the old butterfly. Okay, pointing at the old butterfly. Meeting with the green boy. So this helps us maybe narrow down who he was seeing and therefore who was with him here when the whole thing went down. But it's like, did it get to 6 a.m., right? Because if we get the title information here, it's 12, it basically goes by 1 hour, right? So if the tide is currently at 6:30, basically it's 6:30 a.m. So yeah, actually meeting with the Great Boy, that would have happened, right? 6 a.m. they meet, the whole thing goes down, 6:30 he's out of here. Weirdly, from here it feels like the green boy is what was his name? Albert Cloudsley, right? Because he's a little beetle wearing a green crown. Oh, and the beetle with the parasol is the spy master, because that's what he has. And especially here, like the Albert Cloudsley would send to the Raja's court to sabotage the situation without really knowing about it, right? And therefore that matches with the spider, like doing puppet master things with Albert. So Albert is green boy, and therefore that would mean this is Albert. Okay, so because this will exclude other people from being the spider. Meeting with the nephew of the bookworm, which would be like the library, what was it called? The master of the library. So he may not be part of their company, right? He's like external. So meeting with the double widower, Moneybag, old butterfly, and green boy. So from this is the double widowers, which means it's not Claude. Claude is not the spider. Who's the Moneybags? Like Albert is the green boy. Well, if he's the agent of the Seven Seas Company, like they have money, right? Because they're the ones establishing the colonies here in the trade. So Oberon might be the money person, maybe. Or Oberon could be the spider. Because we have to also remember the fact that in the end, Albert Cloudsley kills Oberon Geller. After all of this, they both end up on the island where they find the golden idol, and Albert kills Oberon for something, right? So for setting him up, that could be a good reason. Yes, Moneybag, old butterfly. I mean, old butterfly could be Narcissus, right? Because he claims to be old. But here I say it's Yupik. Could it be Narcissus instead if they're meeting? Or is this Montalban? But then it would imply that this was correct when I said no. This is very wrong, which means I was right when I said this was Yupik. Yeah, okay, so I just have this thing wrong. Oh no, because this isn't Golden Idol, right? Here, when they talk about it, this is the rebirth ritual? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, it's the Golden Idol because it's the magic thing. No, because here they're talking about the ritual. Okay, so he was meeting with Yupik then. So he wasn't just meeting with the people from the company. Okay, but that then means... Yeah, something here is to do with Yupik then. Because it's titled yeah, I still haven't found those coded messages. Oh, is this it? This is like the things the guards have, right? So guards will attack after Lemurian leaves. Okay, so this happens after he meets with the old butterfly. But then he knows they will attack after the Lemurian leaves, which means he's meeting with him and he makes him wear the mask because he's like, that will make it clear to them that I've escaped. Because yeah, that basically goes with, yes, had planned to something after the meeting with Titania at the Empress, but had warned someone with an uncoded message, so he forced him to switch clothing and wear a mask. Oh, because he then has to leave being dressed like Yupik, which explains like the cloak and beard. Let me just take a look at him. Yes, because he has the cloak and beard. That's why that's like that. Okay, so this is... He forces Yupik to switch clothing and wear a mask, and then Yupik was caught as he left through the hatch. Meanwhile, whoever's the spider left through the door and then killed the guard and escaped. So the spy master, yeah, Patrasan, had planned to ambush whoever's the spider after the meeting on Titania Prius. But someone had warned Spider with an encoded message. The librarian person, because it's in this note, right? It's master of the library, like he's helping this guy. So whoever the master of the library is, yes, master of archive and library, Siva Udawate. So Siva Udawate had warned whoever the spider is with an encoded message, so he forced Yupik to switch clothing and wear a mask. Yupik was caught as he left through the hatch. Meanwhile, yeah, spider left through the door. Okay, so we have to figure out who the spider is still. And what is the meaning of this? Let me just arrange the names together. So we have Albert Cloudsley is one of the people. Then we have Narcissus is another. Then the Claude, Auburn Geller, and Ruben Hendricks. So yeah, we know the spy master's here. Then Siwa is the librarian. I'm just organizing the crew so I can like exclude them. He was the killed guard. And like this is just the names of people who were at the stakeout. Okay, and we know for sure it's not Narcissus, because he is too heavy to go in the basket. And we know it's not Claude because the spider was meeting with the double widower. And then he's meeting with Moneybag and Old Butterfly, so we know that's Yupik and Green Boy. I think Green Boy is Albert Cloudsley, because that's kind of what the pictures would imply here, right? That's the green boy with the green crown, and he's new as well. So you would call the new person being green. But yeah, we're left with Ruben and Oberon. Now Oberon being from the Seven Seas, that could make him the Moneybags, and therefore that means Ruben Hendricks, the drunk guy, could be the spider. Nope. Well, I'm pretty sure those are correct, so could be Oberon. Yeah, okay, Oberon Geller, which makes sense. He escaped because obviously he then ends up on the island getting killed by Albert Cloudsley later on in the start of the base game. So okay, those people, that's done. So then we can fill in Oberon Geller with as the spider. I am still wondering, like, what completely narrows it to Oberon, because I thought he was Moneybags or Moneybag, but that would leave Henry to be Moneybag, which I don't know. Where is he getting all the money? I guess made a fortune in Pajak. Okay, well, I guess that's the clue here, is that it's not him being the spider, it's Oberon. Okay, so you have this. So it's just this, because the spider had something. So it had someone something, the of the something to him at the Titania Press. So Old Butterfly, Yupik, comes here. So we're saying before meeting Oberon, Yupik has tipped off Putra-san about the location of the spider. I think this is to do with the fact that Yupik figures out that Oberon sabotaged the ritual and therefore almost gets Zubiri killed, right? And he's now mad. He's now like being, go get this guy. So because the spider had something, it's someone's something. And we don't have that many verbs. Saved, revealed, instigated, revealed, ambush, switch, concealed. To the something of the something. Oh, did he tell him location of the golden idol as well? Because that's how Oberon and Albert end up on that island later on. So are we going back to, because the spider had saved Zubiri Kara's life, although that feels repetitive. Yupik, Kara, revealed. okay, it was kind of repeated the same reasons. So he both tells him where the golden idol is, but also tells the other guy's like, oh yeah, that guy, he did it, so go get him. I guess because he's like, that's the reason he finds to meet with him, I guess, to get him in the location where they want him for the trap, but then it doesn't work out. The Lemurian priest had hoped to fulfill his honor-bound duty by revealing the location of the golden idol to Oberon Geller. Oh, he had to do it because of the whole, you know, life for life way of living, before allowing Putrosan to ambush and arrest him. But Oberon had been forewarned, so he forced Yupik to exchange clothing at gunpoint and made him wear a mask. While Putra's people were distracted by the masked Yupik, Oberon, disguised as the priest, killed the guard and escaped with the map. Yes, that's what happened. Listen, Albert. I hold a proposition of business. Yeah, so that's how they get to this whole Oberon and Albert travel to the island of the Monkey Paw and find the golden idol, and then Albert betrays Oberon, kills him, throws him on the cliff, and then the actual main game happens. That's the story. So that's the first DLC done. There's a second DLC, and then there's a second game, and it has 3 DLCs right now, and then the 4th one is coming fairly soon as well. So still lots of Golden Idol content to come. So let me know in the comments, you know, what you think about that. Are you excited to see more? Leave a like as well to let me and YouTube know that you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon on another adventure.